Hello students, myself Vasudha Rahul Chandanshwe, KTHM College, Department of Political Science. So students, we are going to learn about the introduction to Constitution, in that philosophy of Indian Constitution. So in previous lecture, we have learned about the historical background of our Indian Constitution. So in today's lecture, we are going to learn about the role of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in Constituent Assembly and preamble, its source and object. So students, we will begin now. So, in the previous lecture, as I have given the reference books for you to study the Constitution. So, the introduction to the Constitution by D.D. Basu and the Constitution of India, cornerstone of a nation, given by the Austin, and the Indian polity written by the M. Lakshmikant. So, the topic is the philosophy of Indian Constitution. In that, we are going to learn the 2 points, that are the two chapters, that are role of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in Constituent Assembly and preamble, its source and object. So we will begin now. So while studying the role of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in Constituent Assembly, we have to know about the Constituent Assembly, some uh, dimensions of Constituent Assembly, when it was formed and who put forward the idea of Constituent Assembly. So in 1934, the idea of constitution as a constituent assembly for India was put forward for the first time by the M.N. Roy. So he was the first person to put forward the point of constituent assembly, independent constituent assembly for Indian. And the constituent assembly was constituent in November 1946 under the scheme formulated by the Cabinet Mission Plan. As we have studied about the historical background of India, we have learned the how the Constituent Assembly was constituent. So the Mountbatten Plan, the first round conference, second round conference was held, and after that, according to the scheme formulated by the Cabinet Mission Plan, the Constituent Assembly was formed for our independent India. The next point was the total strength of your Constituent Assembly was to be 389. And out of that, 296 seats were allotted to the British Indians and 93 seats for the princely state. Princely states, in the sense, the Raja Maharaja, the 93 princely states were there at that time, and 93 seats were allotted to them, and the rest 296 was to the British India, means today the India. And after that, the working of the constitution was there. In that, the Constituent Assembly held its first meeting on December 9, 1946. And the Muslim League boycotted the meeting, and means they want their separate country. Means they were insisting that we want a separate constitution, we want our separate national flag. So they boycotted the meeting of the Constituent Assembly, and only 211 members attended the meeting, which was held on December 9, 1946. And as there, Dr. Sinha, he was the temporary president of temporary president of our assembly. As the seniority, he was the most senior person in the Constituent Assembly, so he was given the seat of the president of our Indian Constituent Assembly. And after that, later on December 11, 1946, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, he was the president of our Indian Constituent Assembly, and H.C. Mukherjee were elected as a president, and vice president as Sir B.N. Rao was appointed as a constitutional advisor of the assembly. So students, try to remember this name. It's very important as a point of view of your exams. And after that, the committees which were there in a constituent assembly were the three committees. First one was the major committees, after that the minor committees, and after that the drafting committee. So in today's lecture, we are putting focus on the drafting committee, because we are going to learn about Dr. B.R. Ambedkar in his role in a constituent assembly. He has given his prominent idols in the drafting committee, which we will learn in further slides. So drafting committee was set up on August 29, 1947, and it consists of 7 members. So 7 members we will see as follows. So Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, he was the chairman of the drafting committee. After that, Iyengar and Gopal Swami Iyengar was there. Dr. K.M. Munshi. After that, Allad Krishnan Swami Iyer. And the 3 more were the Sayyid Muhammad Shahadullah and Mahadav Rao and the T.T. Krishnamachari. So these were the 7 members for drafting the Indian Constitution, and they have given the prominent dimension to our Indian Constitution. So in that we are specifically going to learn about Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, his role in Constituent Assembly. So while talking about B.R. Ambedkar, at that time he was the law minister and piloted the drafting committee, drafting constitution of the assembly. So he took a very prominent part in the deliberation of assembly, as he was very aggressive man, and he used to debate. He has to dimensions of debate was very exclusive of him. So he was the head of the drafting committee of our Indian Constitution, and he was known for his logic, forceful and arguments on the floor of our assembly. After that, he was known, and he is today also known as a father of our Constitution of India, and as also the architect of our Indian Constitution. We all know that. And while talking about him, this brilliant writer, the constitutional expert, undisputed leader of the scheduled caste, and the chief architect of Constitution India is also known as a modern Manu. So he has given a very huge contribution to our Indian Constitution. He has made he has given the he has said that the directive principle of state policy is the heart of our Indian Constitution. Means many such points he has given in the while making the Indian Constitution. So we have learned about him, about how he was. After that, the second point was the preamble. So preamble, its source and its objective. So students, while we hear the word preamble means the introductory part of we will say of a book, or while we are preparing our project, we give the introduction to the project, that this is mentioned in our project and we have done this in our project. So the preamble is same, that what is mentioned in our constitution. So a meaning about the preamble is that a preamble is an introductory statement in a document that explains the document's philosophy and the objectives of that documents. So in a constitution, it presents the intention of its framers, the history behind its creation, and core values and principle of the nation. So this is the meaning about the constitution. Now about the preamble, sorry. So in a short manner, it is the introductory statement of our Indian Constitution. So the American Constitution was the first to begin with the preamble, and we have adopted the preamble section from the American Constitution. So this is our Constitution of India, and this is the preamble, which is the first part of India, the introductory part, and it has very heavy words in that, which has dimension of meanings. We will see in the next slides. First of all, the source of our Indian Constitution preamble is the "We the People of India." Means the source is "We the People," and the source means the objective which are mentioned in the preamble is the words like sovereign, republic, socialist, secular, democratic, justice, liberty, equality, and fraternity. So sovereign means that no other country will interfere in the matter of our India. We have the independent law made in our country. No interference of the outer side countries should be there in our India. Republic means, in short, we will say that there is it is the opposite word of monarchy. Means the king's son will be king. This practices is opposite to the republic. Means republic means the the means governor or a president of a country's head. President is elected by the people. Means he is a nominal head, but the prime minister is the actual head of our Indian constitution. After the socialist, when we heard the word socialist, we have dimension from the communist and communist party. Means the wholly the part of the people's income is wholly contributed to the government. But in the Indian context, the principles of Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru plus Mahatma Gandhi, this two principle is that two principle of welfare of state refers the socialist in our Indian constitution. And secular means in our Indian context and in our India, it is there is a diversity of caste system, religions. So the secular is a positive and very effective word in our preamble. So it suggests that you can follow any religion, any caste of your choice. There is no restriction to follow this particular caste for them. Democratic means we have right to vote, and in our Indian constitution, indirect democracy is represented. Justice, that there should be no discrimination about the gender, caste, race, and all should be given the justice very equally. Liberty in the sense, liberty that we have right to believe, worship, or express our views. We have that right. Equality in the same sense as justice, there should be no discrimination on the caste, gender, race, or a place of birth. And fraternity means the brotherhood. It's very important in our Indian constitution because we have a diversity of religions, and the fraternity presents that there is a brotherhood in our Indian nature. So these are the source of our Indian preamble. So there are some countries which from which we have adopted the elements of our constitution. The first one is the Australia. After that, the Canada, then France, Germany, Ireland, UK, USA, USSR. In today we will call that Russia as Russia, and the last one is Japan. From this, we have taken some important countries from which we have get the elements of our constitution. We will see further. The first one is United States of America. So we have taken fundamental rights, means we have the article 12 to 35. We have taken from the United States of America, and as we have done the preamble of our Indian constitution, we have adopted from them. Then the Constitution of Soviet Union, the fundamental duties, Article 51A, are adopted from Soviet Union, and the ideas of justice, the three dimension of justice is social, economic, and political. Social justice, economical justice, and political justice that are adopted from the Soviet Union. After that, France, the ideal of liberty, equality, and fraternity and republic. From the Russian Revolution of 1917, it was adopted from France, and the writs from British, the right to constitutional remedies. As Dr. B.R. Ambedkar says that writs are the soul of the Indian constitution. So the main objects of the preambles are: the constitution is supreme law, and it helps to maintain integrity in the society and to promote unity among the citizens to build a great nation. And it provides a way of life. It includes fraternity, liberty, equality, and as the notion of a happy life. As we have learned about this word, fraternity, liberty, and equality, and to promote harmony throughout the nation, it is the main object of our preamble. So, students, while studying this, the summary of this topic is that Indian Constitution is bulkiest and lengthiest in nature, and it is in the written form and flexible in nature. Flexible in nature, in a sense, there is a rule of law in our Indian Constitution, and the preamble describes the source and objects, as it is the introductory part. And America was the first country to start the preamble, and the constitution was adopted on November 26, 1949, contain a preamble, 395 articles and 8 schedules. Now in today day it is 12th schedule. Yeah. And the articles is up to 400 and more than plus 400. So this is the assignment for the students. Explain the source and objective of the preamble, and the second one is explain the composition of Constituent Assembly. And in the next lecture, we are going to learn in the detailed manner the preambles, the words like sovereign, republic, socialist, and secular. So, students, this is all about the Dr. B.R. Ambedkar role of in the Indian Constitution and the preamble, its objective and source. Thank you.